Yeah, first I want to say thanks everybody for coming. And, you know, I kind of came to this in the 80s, you know, and in the 80s, you know, I was kind of branded like a drug dealer, but, you know, I prefer like activist. You know, the federal government would have you believe, you know, that I'm a criminal. But, you know, I mean, I was an outlaw, like all these people sitting up here, I was an outlaw. I broke laws that I thought were wrong. You know, and that's why we're where we are today. You know, but all these people up here are involved in the documentary. We talk about their dad, Dr. John Beersford. I found out about him when I was in prison, and this dude was just, anybody with the LSD case, he was just writing, like offering support, like offering an ear, like telling them, like, we're fighting, we're trying to change the laws. And, you know, I didn't have a life sentence like my boy Tim, but, you know, I had a 25-year sentence at 22, so, you know, that's a hard pill to swallow. You know, but I knew I was getting out. So any support, man, because like in the 80s and the 90s, like at the height of the war on drugs when it started, it was just kind of like, you know, throw them away, you know, like lock them up, throw away the key. It was like nobody cared. So, you know, to have anybody, you know, even act like they care about what was happening to us, because, you know, dudes like me and Tim, we're sitting in there, we're going like when is the real world gonna wake up? Like, we're like, you know, I was like a first-time nonviolent offender. You know, Tim was a nonviolent offender, so it's just like, how are we getting all this time, like 25 years to life, for basically like something that is, you know, spiritual, medicinal, you know, and therapeutical in use. So, you know, I've always been a weed and psychedelics dude, but I'm just glad for this opportunity to be here, and, you know, that people are interested and we can show this film, and that we can get up and we can share these stories. Because when I was on the lot, you know, I was on the lot in the 80s, the late 80s, and like you heard these names, you know, you heard like the Brotherhood, you heard like Mountain Girl. Like, I didn't know Carolyn Garcia, I didn't even know who Carolyn Garcia was, Mountain Girl. You know, you just hear like these iconic names, you know, Ronnie Stanley, you know, Owsley, you know, Mark McCloud, you hear about these people, Dr. Hip. You know, you hear about all these names, and you know, they weren't there, they weren't on the lot with us, but these were like icons and legends. And then, so I just always kind of wanted to celebrate, you know, this culture.
Yeah, and very rightly, because this culture was not a culture in the beginning, and it became a culture. And LSD was certainly the vibrant force that created, you know, made the cheese out of the milk.